We will be focusing on the Interagency Task Force resolution and the meeting that was conducted yesterday. Secretary will now give the statement.
Good morning, everybody. This is giving you the DOH updates on our 6th interagency resolution. This press release was already issued yesterday, and we are just going to reiterate this issue once. The Department of Health today convened the resolutions of the 6th Interagency Task Force on Emerging Infectious Diseases. After the task force convened to discuss updates and recommendations on the management of the Coronavirus Disease 2019 health event. The IATF-EID meeting was attended by representatives from the Office of the President and the Department of Health, Justice, Interior and Local Government, Tourism, Foreign Affairs, Social Welfare and Development, National Defense and Transportation. Also among the government agencies represented in the task force were the Presidential Communication Operations Office, Overseas Workers Welfare Administration, Philippine Overseas Employment Administration, Bureau of Immigration, Civil Aeronautics Board, Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, Philippine Ports Authority, Office of Civil Defense, and the Philippine National Police. IATF redefined the exemptions from travel restrictions based on thorough risk assessment of the current situation. Initially, only Filipinos and holders of permanent visas traveling from China, Macau, and Hong Kong were allowed entry into the country. In the recent resolution, Filipinos and their foreign spouses or children and holders of diplomatic visas will now be allowed entry into the country subject to the 14-day quarantine. The task force also agreed to authorize travel to Hong Kong and Macau for permanent residents of the respective special administrative regions, Filipinos living abroad for study, and overseas Filipino workers, provided that the travelers sign a declaration signifying their knowledge and understanding of the risk involved. Moreover, the IATF resolved that all Filipino passengers and crew of the MV Diamond Princess who will request repatriation will be accommodated by the Philippine government in accordance with the guidelines set by DOH. We ensure our kababayans aboard the MV Diamond Princess that your health and well-being is of utmost importance to the President, Rodrigo Roa Duterte, and this government, the Health Secretary said. DOH will follow strict infection control and quarantine procedures to ensure the safety of our repatriates and health workers who will man the quarantine facility. DOH, with the assistance of partner agencies, will repatriate the Filipinos from the said cruise ship. We will closely coordinate with concerned offices and local government units to provide a seamless and efficient repatriation plan for our kababayans, the health chief concluded.
Thank you very much, Secretary. Now we're open for questions. Ms. Aiko.
Good morning. Regarding the quarantine facility for those who will avail of the repatriation for those coming from the Diamond cruise ship, can you please give us further details about it, ma'am? And when is the plan of the government for the repatriation of these Filipinos?
Actually, ma'am, yesterday, what was agreed upon would be the repatriation of our Filipinos, the process by which we are going to undertake when we repatriate them. Also, there were facilities that were discussed and identified, but we still cannot provide you with the exact facility where they will be brought because we still need to do some coordination and the process would need to be finalized yet. So kapag lumabas na po yung ating coordination at saka yung agreement na mangyayari, papaalam po namin sa inyong lahat. Ang plano po natin ay as soon as we can finalize all processes, kasama na po yung mga proseso for clearances, coordination with the government of Japan, and also coordination with foreign ministries doon po sa ating sa Japan, and also with the cruise ship owner, the Carnival Cruises. Pag naayos na po lahat ng clearances na yan, naayos na rin natin kung saan sila dadalhin at tayo po ay mag-uumpisa na ng repatriation.
Follow up lang po. And those 500 Filipinos have been tested na po ba? Or were they tested of if ever they are positive or negative of any respiratory infection? And yung crew po na sasalubong sa kanila, do you have any idea ma'am or information kung ilan po? And yung protocol will be the same as with those repatriates from Wuhan?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, ang sabi ko nga nung huli tayo nag-usap-usap, yun pong protocols na gagamitin natin or guidelines, meron na tayong basic principles for that. May mga may iba lang dahil nga magkaiba po tayo ng dami nung ating i-repatriate. Pangalawa, of course, iba yung lugar na pagkagalingan. At pangatlo, iba yung sitwasyon na meron tayo ngayon. So yun pong pagka-test, it's one of the conditions, no? Na bago po sila maipag-repatriate, kailangan po ay na-test sila at lalabas dapat na negatibo. Katulad ng lagi nating sinasabi, lahat po ng i-repatriate natin should be asymptomatic. Ibig sabihin, wala silang simptomas. Pangalawa, they should test negative bago po sila sumakay dun sa chartered plane natin o kung anumang carrier ang gagamitin natin para ma-immunity sila. So yung usual procedures po natin na ina-assure natin na ang lahat ng ipapasok natin o iuwi natin ng mga kababayan natin ay wala nung sakit na tinatawag natin na COVID-19.
How many teams from DOH?
The teams from DOH, ang pinag-usapan natin ngayon would be, there would be teams, ang ating DOH, Department of Health, ang gobyerno, no, ang magsasagot ng medical services nitong mga repatriates natin. Now, as to how many, hindi pa po natin alam kasi pina-finalize pa po ngayon doon sa ating cruise ship with the government of Japan kung ilan talaga yung uuwi because of the testing, because of the assessment, kung sino mga may simptomas at wala. And of course, the third, kasi voluntary siya. So yung kung sino yung magbibigay ng kanyang commitment na sasama siya, yun po ang ilalagay natin sa numero natin. So sa ngayon, yung repatriation teams, wala pa po tayong numero talaga.
Next comment.
Kasi wala pa po tayong number kung ilan po yung nag-signify po na gusto na nila umuwi.
Meron tayo as of yesterday na nagsisignify umuwi, but I don't think the DOH has that authority to give that number to you. I think it would be the Department of Foreign Affairs because they're the ones coordinating. But we have the number, but as I've said, walang definite kasi sabi nga natin, meron lang halimbawang nagbigay ng numero na ganito kadami, pero kapag sila ay chinek, may simptomas sila o di kaya pag tinest sila may maybe positive, so may iiwan sila doon, hindi sila uwi. So the numbers will be really final after the tests and the assessments are completed.
Kailan po kaya matatapos yung finalization po para malaman kung kailan sila umuwi? Kailan po yung susunod na meeting ng IATF po?
May meeting ang IATF for Tuesday next week. It's not going to be really dependent on the meeting of the IATF kasi may mga proseso na tayo na ihanda na pag-utusan na rin, no, ng ating mga principals yung mga dapat gawin para tayo ay makapag-proseso na ng mga clearances natin. Everything is being processed already because we would want, of course, to repatriate our kababayans as soon as possible. So, inaayos na. So, hindi po ito depende dun sa magiging meeting ng ating interagency. Lahat po ay nagiging inaayos na sa ngayon. We are coordinating, we are trying to process, and hopefully soon, no, maumpisahan na po natin ang repatriation.
Sir Raffy.
Sorry, ma'am, just to reiterate Annalie's point, kasi this is a race against time. Do we have some sort of parang deadline for ourselves, the IATF, to really bring them home? Suppose next week, the week after?
So it's not going to be next week or the week after. It's going to be soon in the coming days. Sinasabi nga lang natin, kailangan lang natin mai-coordinate ng maayos, ma-finalize yung arrangements with the facility. Once this is final, everything is going to be processed already. Iaayos na, testing will be done, assessment will be done, and hopefully, maiayos na po natin ang repatriation in the coming days.
But has the IATF or the DFA parang coordinated already with the Japanese government? Are there any negotiations happening or are there challenges?
Yes, we are in constant communication. No? The Department of Foreign Affairs is in constant communication with the government of Japan, including the Carnival Cruises, no? Yung ating MV Diamond Princess. At lahat naman po ay inaayos na. Actually, lahat naman is clear already. The process has been given to us already, yung kanilang mga protocols. Nagbigay na rin tayo sa kanila ng ating protocols. Ang sabi ko nga, inaantay lang natin ma-final kung yung quarantine facility natin na maiayos natin dito today.
ABSCBN.
Asik, may mga nagsasabi kasi na parang natagalan yung repatriation ng mga passengers, mga kababayan natin from every Diamond Princess. Your response?
Hindi naman po sa natagalan, no? Kasi nag-umpisa na ho tayong makipag-usap since last week para iayos po itong lahat. Hindi lang po natin talaga mabibilisan ang mga ganitong proseso dahil unang-unang hindi naman ho biro yung numero, no? They are about 500 plus. Pagkatapos, manggagaling po sa ibang bansa para kunin natin ng ganun kadami. No? So marami po tayong kailangang asikasuhin. So ever since last week, our government has already been coordinating with the government of Japan and also our Ministry of Foreign Affairs, nakikipag-usap na po doon, as well as we sat down with the MV Diamond Princess Hunter here already to negotiate our terms para makuha na ho natin kung paano natin talaga gagawin itong pag-repatriate. So I think hindi naman mo sa natagalan, ipinoproseso lang po ng maayos.
Next, sir.
Henry Conti, Senan. Ma'am, may mga nag-positive ba doon sa mga crew natin dyan sa MV Diamond Princess?
May nag-positive na ho na mga crew natin sa MV Diamond Princess and na-report na po yun. No? Sa ngayon po, we have 41 positive cases already for our crew na Filipino dito po sa ating MV Diamond Princess.
Anong gagawin natin doon sa
Ito naman ho ay closely coordinated with the government of Japan. Once na may lumalabas po na positibo dito sa ating mga kapwa Pilipino dito sa MV Diamond Princess, itinatawag mo agad sa Department of Foreign Affairs natin. At in turn naman po, tayo ay nakikipag-coordinate sa relevant agencies sa Japan, even with the hospitals where they are confined, para kamustahin ang estado ng ating mga kababayan na nagpo-positibo dito sa sakit na ito.
Next question.
Good morning po. Ma'am, confirmation ko lang po. Dito po ba dahil voluntary ay by batch po ba anong gagawin natin? Chartered, kung halimbawa chartered plane po ang gagamitin natin, sila lang po ba ang sasakay doon o paano po? Kasi matakot kami yata yun.
Matatakot sa iba. Pag inuwi po natin sila, eto una-una, sabi natin, this is voluntary, no? Tatanungin sila, actually tinanong na sila, no, nung kanilang yung sa MV Diamond Princess, kung sino yung willing to go home, who wants to go home, gusto umuwi, tinanong na, so may bilang na sila talaga. Pangalawa po, gagawin ba natin by batch? Nung mga unang araw, yun po ang mga pinag-uusapan, even the Japanese officials were saying that it should be by batches because yung times of exposure nila iba-iba. So their quarantine period ay medyo may mga iba't ibang araw din. Ngunit ang sinasabi natin bilang sa Pilipinas, no, tayo sa ating gobyerno, gusto natin isa lang. And then we do our quarantine here, complete 14 days, walang by batches. Now, if they're going to ride chartered planes, magkakasama ba sila? Kung sakasakali po na ang magiging final arrangement natin is a chartered plane, magkakasama po sila at maaari na hindi lang isang carrier dahil marami nga po sila. Depende po yan sa number, no? Kung hindi po mag-uuso sa isa, baka maging dalawa o baka maging tatlo. Hindi lang po sila nakasakay sa aeroplano, kasakay din po dyan yung ating medical teams and of course the airplane.
At saka ano po ma'am? Ayaw ko kung sasagot ko niyo, sino pong mag-shoulder noong kanilang pagkasahan?
Because of the existing contracts of these employees with their employers, the employer will be the ones to fund, no, yung cost po ng kanilang airplane travel or whatever, so that they can be brought home and be accommodated during the Philippines.
Thank you. Next question is Christine.
Ma'am, 500, 100 sila, so mas marami sila dun sa huling na-quarantine na natin. Paano yung hospitals na mag-support? Although wala pang final kung saan, will this be, parang will it entail na yung mga health workers natin, baka i-house din sila sa malapit kasi hindi magiging sapat yung from one hospital lang?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, yung ating pinipili ngayon, no, na hinahanap or na-identify na quarantine facility Isa po sa ating mga standards para makapagsabi tayo that this is an appropriate quarantine facility is dapat may nearest referral hospital. And this hospital should be equipped, this hospital should be capacitated to accommodate whatever or however or how much this number of patients estimated kung sakaling mangyari ay dadating. No? So meron po tayong nearest hospital doon, it is equipped and capacitated. Kung sakali pong hindi tayo magiging hindi magusto, no? If ever dumating yung chance na yon, meron pa rin po tayong mga ibang malalapit na hospital natin dito sa pwesto natin.
Ika-quarantine din ba katulad ng dating medical team natin na sasama dun sa mga marere-repatriate?
Definitely, ma'am. Lahat po ng makakasama natin dito sa pag-repatriate, katulad na nangyari dun sa ating Wuhan na repatriation, we will still be doing that quarantine, 14 days.
Next question from Pamboraccia. Then we're entertaining 2 more questions.
According po sa foreign news, may isa po dun sa mga repatriates po from US po na nag-positive po, asymptomatic po ang sabi. So, do we have contingency measures po kung sakali pong mangyari po sa atin yun, if ever?
Well, sir, kaya nga po tayo nagka-quarantine period, no, ng 14 days, even though, sabi nga, nakapag-quarantine na sila dun sa barko, di ba? Ang sabi nila dun sa MV Diamond Princess, the very reason why they have stayed so long na bago magplano ng mga disembarkation kasi tinatapos nila yung quarantine period na sinet din sa kanila doon. Pero nung nagkaroon na ng negotiation na dapat i-repatriate na sila dito sa atin at iuwi natin ang mga kababayan natin, ang isa sa pinaka-primary conditions natin is even though they were already quarantined in that ship for 14 days, we are now requiring another set of 14-day period for them so that we can minimize this possibility na baka sakasakali kahit wala sila na-exhibit na simptomas ay makapanghawa sila sa iba. So this 14-day period will somehow give us that assurance na mami-minimize natin itong transmission na ito.
Next question.
Mamingi na ko ng update dun sa mga Filipinos from Wuhan na nasa New York City and also yung OFW sa Hong Kong na na-positive din po.
Okay, ma'am. Yung sa Wuhan, na nasa New Clark City, 49 of them actually kasama yung ating mga crew and repatriation teams. All of them are asymptomatic. Ibig sabihin, walang simptomas for the past 3 days except for one. Meron tayong isang buntis na 38-year-old female na nakapagtala ng mataas na blood pressure tapos nagmamanas siya. So, ang ginawa ng ating medical team for us to be sure, dinala siya dun sa referral hospital natin. And of course, kasama niya yung asawa niya who is also part of that quarantine, those quarantine persons. So, dalawa sila ngayon na nandun sa JP sa ating hospital, na referral hospital, and then the rest are okay and asymptomatic. And hopefully, makatapos na ng quarantine period this coming Saturday.
Mami, OFW sa Hong Kong na
We still have not received further information on this OFW, apparently who tested positive in Hong Kong. What we know for now would be ito ay nag-positive at apparently OFW siya na nag-aalaga ng isang tao na nag-test din ng NCov positive doon. So we will give you further information in the coming days.
Okay, next question, JC.
Ma'am, just to clarify, bali yung sa repatriation, isang batch na po yung mangyayari from Japan going to the Philippines.
Yan ang gusto nating mangyari. No? Isang batch lang, although it can be 1 or 2 carriers, but we would want na isang batch lang silang dadating na sabay-sabay.
Tapos ma'am, yung approved daw sa China na Favilavir, do we have any plans to buy?
Well, there has been these reports no, that there is this new drug in China. Itong sinasabi nilang antiviral drug which addresses itong ating novel coronavirus. Ang ating lang masasabi dyan, lahat po ng gamot na ipapasok sa ating bansa para gamitin ng ating mga kababayan, dapat dumaan sa regulatory processes natin. So if this drug would be WHO pre-qualified, World Health Organization pre-qualified, ibig sabihin, pumapasa siya dun sa standards na sineset forth ng World Health Organization para sa isang drug, Pangalawa, kung ito ay papasa sa ating mga measures or regulatory protocols ng ating Food and Drug Administration, ito ay maaari nating gamitin. Pero until we can have those regulatory clearances, ay hindi pa ho natin masasabi kung this drug can be used here in the Philippines or not.
Okay, last two questions.
As in follow-up lang po after the quarantine period dun sa from NCC, ano na po ang plano sa kanila? And then, of course, we have, last time Secretary said na for 1 to 2 months na lang po yung supply ng mask and other medical supplies. So yung supplemental budget that will be given to the DOH, ano po yung ipaprioritize natin and yung breakdown po, where will it be allocated?
Yes, ma'am. For the NCC repatriated persons, yung naka-quarantine ngayon, pagkatapos po ng kanilang quarantine period, they would already be brought home, no, to their respective provinces, kung saan some of them have signified na susunduin sila ng mga kamag-anak nila at yung iba naman ay ihahatid naman ng ating mga ng gobyerno, no? Ngayon kung anong gagawin sa kanila, they would still be monitored, no? Bibigyan pa rin mo natin ng obligasyon or accountability ang ating mga regional offices, no, na concerned for all of these persons na ma-monitor pa rin nila kahit na for the next 2 weeks so that we will know also any updates or any symptoms that they might be exhibiting habang nakauwi na sila sa kanilang mga pamamahay. Pangalawa, yung ating mga stocks, yung ating mga logistics, meron po tayo mga dumadating na mga assistance coming from our partners na nakapag-provide ng donasyon ng ating mga personal protective equipments katulad po ng WHO, nakapagbigay na rin po sa amin ng Office of the President ng supply ng mga mask. Ngayon, nag-grant po tayo ng ating supplemental budget and most of this budget would be going to our personal protective equipment for our healthcare workers. So we are preparing for that eventuality na dadating tayo, natataas ang mga kaso dito sa ating bansa. Gusto natin ang primary na magiging equipped would be our healthcare workers who are going to take care of all of those sick people pag dumating yung panahon na yun. Magkakaroon po tayo ng breakdown in the coming days. We are just trying to finalize so we can submit to the concerned offices at magbibigay po kami sa inyo ng detalye pagka naayos na po na.
Last na po, yung sa nasa cruise,
Yung nasa cruise ship, ma'am, hiwalay po ba yung area doon sa mga Pilipinong nag-positive and yung sa mga hindi pa po nakikitaan ng like asymptomatic or wala pa pong symptoms?
Pagka nagpo-positibo na po ang isang tao dun sa cruise ship, siya ay immediately na dinidisembark at dinadala sa isang hospital, no, na referral hospital nila dun sa Japan. Now, as to how their arrangements are inside that ship, marami hong lumalabas na mga articles kung paano po yung arrangement nila. But what we can tell you for now, lahat po nung nagpositibo na Pilipino ay crew members. And these crew members may be still doing, no, yung mga functions sila within the ship. And hindi po masabi kung meron silang separate place. All we know now is yung crew members po nung barko ay meron silang dalawahan sa isang kwarto, no, na kwarto na sinestayan dun sa kanilang tigilan dun sa barko.
Last two single questions, Sir Raffy and Jim.
Ma'am, how would the IATF
Assess itself in the way it has conducted the repatriation of the first batch, and are there any things that it sees that needs to improve for this coming batch?
Of course, sir, marami pa po tayong gustong ma-improve, no, based from the experience that we've had in the first repatriation. At ito pong mga nakita natin na medyo kailangan pa natin ma-improve ay ginagawa na po natin sa ngayon. Ang paano po natin na-assess, we can definitely say na nakikita po natin na naging successful naman ho unang-unang repatriation natin from Wuhan going here to Manila with these 49 persons, with the 30 persons that we have repatriated from Wuhan. Meron lang po mga naging minor details, no, or minor gaps in the process, especially when we were already managing inside the quarantine facility. At itong mga gaps na to, napag-usapan na po, especially with our operations head, and of course those manning our medical services there and our quarantine facility, and it has been addressed already. So hopefully dito po sa susunod natin na batch, yung mga minor po na gaps natin ay hindi na po mangyari pa at ma-improve natin yung ating mga ginagawa.
Last question.
ASEC, may efforts po ba yung task force, particularly yung DOH, na kausapin din yung mga local government? Kasi nabanggit ko kanina, wala pa talagang eksaktong facility para dadalhin yung mga i-repatriate from every Diamond Princess. And ayaw naman natin maulit dati na nagagalit yung mga residents, pati yung mga officials nila. Meron po ba kayong ginagawa?
Actually, ma'am, hindi naman sa walang eksakto, we already have identified a facility for the quarantine of our recommended repatriates, no? Kaya lang, sa ngayon, gusto man lang muna namin ma-coordinate ng maayos sa ating local governments and the communities, no? Nakasama natin doon. So, naiintindihan po namin ang mga local governments sa kanilang mga agam-agam kapag dating sa ganito. Kaya nga po kami, ayaw namin makipag-unahan. Ayaw din namin na kami ay ang mauunang magsabi bago namin sila makausap. So, right after our meeting yesterday, we had our meeting in the morning. Right after that meeting, our secretaries from the DILG and from Secretary of Health, of course, started coordinating na with this identified local government to check the possibility of us having this facility for the quarantine of our repatriated Filipinos.
Okay, thank you very much. So that concludes our daily press briefing. We will be updating you on the following schedule. So for updates, you may visit DOH.gov.ph//2019-NCov for the numbers. Thank you very much.